I was born in an Army medical center in Honolulu, Hawaii, where my dad was stationed in the Navy. I lived there with my mom and my dad, my half-sister, and my brother until my parents divorced. My mom and dad both had at least 3 failed marriages. There was a lot of chaos, a lot of dysfunction. There was abuse. There was just a lot of turmoil in my childhood that really left a lasting effect on myself and all my siblings, even to this day. Being one of the younger siblings, I witnessed my older siblings, getting married and divorced, having their children removed from their care because of abuse and neglect. And I saw that the cycle was just perpetuating. And there came a point in time where I decided that I needed to break the cycle. I needed to get out of that life in order to really survive. I really never wanted to be married. I didn't want to have children. I had no idea what it looked like to be a stable and good parent. I had a baby brother who was also born out of wedlock, and I really wanted him to be able to have that same opportunity to break the cycle. Shortly after I started college, that little brother, Jared, he got into a really bad car accident when he was 16, and he never recovered. It was at that point where I actually questioned whether God was even real, if he existed, and if he even cared. If there was a God, how could he allow that much tragedy to happen in one family? There was just no hope, no goodness. After I graduated from my undergrad at Sacred Heart, I was studying physical therapy in my grad work, and I ran the fitness center. And I was still on the path where I was my own person. I'm not getting married, not having kids, not interested, not looking. And then I met Brant when I sold him a gym membership. He was so kind and gentle and patient and calm. And there was something different about him that I didn't experience in many other relationships that I had. And, you know, it made me curious. And shortly after we started dating, I asked him if I could come to church with him and his family. So I went to Black Rock, and that is where I really learned about a loving Heavenly Father who actually does care about me. And having such broken relationship with my own earthly father and many other stepfathers that came through, I didn't realize that my soul just really desired a relationship with a father, with a dad. And shortly thereafter, I gave my life to the Lord, and I was all in. So I started serving in the sanctuary worship team with Brant, and I got involved in youth ministry at a couple different churches. I served at Prime Time in Bridgeport with kids who had upbringings that were pretty similar to mine, so it helped me connect with them in a very comfortable and easy way. I used my professional skills to go on a medical missions trip to Uzbekistan, and it was really a joyful beginning to my life as a Christ follower. Yes, I was all in, and I served, and I found joy in it, but I almost felt like I was hoodwinked into the faith because bad things kept happening. Life was still throwing me a ton of curveballs that were really painful, and I was confused because I thought, okay, I accepted Jesus, I accepted this wonderful gift of salvation. Why is everything still so hard? I learned a verse that I really clung to as a new believer, Romans 8:28, that God causes all things to come together for the good for those who love him and are called according to his purpose. Not some things, not the good things, but all things he will work together for our good. So I have seen the fruit of that promise many times in my life. So Brant and I dated for over 6 years, but I still had no intentions of being married and having children. And there came a point in time where I broke it off because I knew that his heart was for marriage and mine was not, and it wasn't fair to him. The Lord quickly changed my heart, and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with Brant. And we got married, and not only did we have a child, we had 4 children, and it is so drastically different than the plan I had for my life. I honestly could not imagine my life the way that I had planned it. The Lord had really redeemed the hurt and trauma of my past and just brought so much beauty from the ashes. Even though I have a strong faith, bad things still happen. Over the past couple of years, I've lost my mom unexpectedly. I lost my brother-in-law. My brother's house burned to the ground, and my son Jude got in a really terrible skateboarding accident where if it was any different, he could have lost his arm. And over the past couple years, though, I've really seen Jesus redeem and restore and resurrect these tragedies into something that is wonderful. My siblings got to see Black Rock community surround us when my mom died. They got to meet my brother and tell him, we're praying for you. Jude has been restored. His accident was a few months ago and he's back to drumming, which is nothing short of a miracle. You know, Jesus has the power to redeem and resurrect all things. Life isn't perfect, it's still messy, but God is faithful to his promise, and he took a broken little girl who had her mind made up and breathed life into the ashes of my past and my history and has made it his story. He has resurrected my past and created a life better than I could have ever imagined in my own human mind. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.